Welcome back, guys. It's me and Lacoste again. Yes, your favorite casting duo, ready to take on game number 2 here in this best of 3. He's ready. Look at him.
All right, let's go.
Raring to go. Let's switch over to the draft. We've had a remake or two happen here as things got a little bit messy, but we have the series continuing on. Vici up against VP. Game 1 going to the Chinese squad, and Virtus.pro struggling a touch, but new day, new draft. What are we handling here?
Virtus.pro decided to go for a first pick. Let's see what they want to go for. That's Tony. First pick. We didn't see too much of a Tiny, to be honest. Infamous played it on the first day, at least in our...
Kingwin played it once in one of the games that we've seen.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like first phase banned or ignored, right? Hasn't really been a prime pick.
5 seconds
Well,
remaining.
Witch Doctor is one of the better heroes against Titania because status resistance is not affected for Maledict, so they could pick him up even in the first phase. I'm gonna say it, Dragonite in the first phase. If not, he's gonna be banned out in the second phase, definitely. So that hero is so strong. Like, you get to level 20 with all the items you build. You're so tanky. Level 20, Dragon Blood or Gold.
150 GPM.
That's not too much, but it increases your farm. Previous game he didn't want to go for the Dragon Blood because there was a pure damage on the side of OD. But once you get to level 25, you get all this extra strength and the status resistance. You can't lock him down.
Well, I like to look at that GPM talent as kind of like,
Razor is still in the pool, sorry.
Yeah, so he is. That's a good point. Bane Razor? No, Bane E. Oh, Bane ET. The Lanham ET. But yeah, with a DK, think of him going through the game as going through the week. Monday comes, Tuesday, Wednesday is the 150 GPM talent. Get through that sort of nasty part of the week. Allows him to go from, like a Blink BKB. Then he struggles to farm a bit. And all of a sudden he's got a Bloodthorn out of nowhere, which we saw from Ori in the previous game. But Bane ET, Tiny Disruptor. No Witch Doctor, no DK. None of that coming out. So you expect it to be banned here by one of these squads.
Who has the first pick? After Virtus.pro, actually Vici has a first pick. So if they want to go for it, they might pick it. So Virtus.pro is one to ban it out.
If they're afraid of it, which they probably should be. I don't know what the stats are currently on that Dragonite, but close to 100% win rate, I think, so far in the Katowice group stage, doing incredibly well all the way through. Well, there's the Razor ban, like you mentioned, was still left in the pool. Let's have a quick looky-loo here.
Are you going to check? All right.
That's not how that works.
Clockwork banned out, so one more
5 seconds
one more ban. Elder Titan Bane. That's a strong combo, good setup. Elder Titan scales well into the late game. Bane not so much. Only his ulti is that good because it pierces through the BKB. Did you get any info, Gary?
81% win rate over 16 matches in the past week.
That's just insane. It's way too much.
What is that? Is that 14 out of, or 15 out of 16? 81.25? I don't know. Math is hard.
Quick math? I don't know. It was quick. That's what matters.
But some large number there. Dragonite just out of this world. And you're saying Vici Gaming there with the first pick coming out of that first phase. Dragonite on the cards potentially for them. Don't need to pick your offlaner now. I think with the thing with Vici Gaming though is that Dragonite for them really is that kind of core hero, right? It's one or two. Very rarely do they play it in the offlane. Whereas VP, on the other hand, well known for picking interesting heroes for Pasha.
Well, Dragonite has been picked for a safe lane. It was always a mid hero, then moved to a safe lane and to an off lane as well. It feels like gyros have problem dealing damage in the late game.
Mid gyros, I want to say. I guess that's where we've been seeing it a lot recently.
Not necessarily a mid gyro, but when you're 6 slotted, you have MKB, you have Butterfly, but other people are also tanky. They have a lot of armor. If someone has an AC, if someone has a Crimson Guard, it doesn't feel like that Flak Cannon is actually dealing the damage.
Well, this time around, they'll have some setup here. You know, Bane into homing missile with a Nightmare, Elder Titan Stomp into cooldown. One of the greatest things about Gyro, you know, I guess Luna used to be another prime example, is the speed at which you can get a BKB, right? That kind of 20-minute BKB, go and win a couple of fights, and then build into those bigger items. He's a very, very high-tempo hero.
Dire team pick.
Dusker.
Well, there's your favorite.
So it means Tiny can still be played on all 3 lanes, mid, off lane, safe lane, whatever they decide to go for. They're just waiting for Vici Gaming to pick, so they're one step ahead with that Tiny pick.
5 seconds.
Tusk has a lot of save. If someone is stomped, if someone is gripped, just use a snowball. That hero pretty much has everything. That what I like to call him, Earthshaker. Name a number from 5 to 10.
Well, you called him 4.0 yesterday.
Yeah, well, it
increased.
Yeah, 5.0 right now.
5.0B?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the letters.
Okay, fair enough.
It pierces through the BKB, which is insanely good in the mid and late game. It can't miss.
And it's one of those heroes, let's say, for argument's sake, that was a DK pick for Vici Gaming, right? Tusk against DK with a hero like, you know, DP, Queen of Pain, Shadow Fiend, can force the DK to struggle in lane, right? With the shards, razors, Spirit Siphon, the dagger from Quap. They all make life a living hell, but Batrider has the Firefly to get over the shards and make sure he's all nice and safe from that offlane position as VP, Lifestealer.
Lifestealer, one of the better heroes against the Batrider overall.
And the Gyro.
Yeah, just gets rid of the sticking a palm charges. Works well against Gyro overall, because Gyro is forced to buy MKB at one point, but he always needs better items, especially if Lifestealer decides to go for that popular Radiance into Solar Crest build, gets to level 20, gets even more evasion.
Is it 15 or
20?
20?
20 on level 20, yeah.
Silly stuff. Tinker, final ban there from Vici Gaming. Again, Batrider really the only hero there with Vision and Catch. Elder Titan's Spirit has been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed, and the vision keeps getting reduced.
10 seconds
for Virtus.pro, they need either hero as a vehicle for Lifestealer,
5
something more reliable than, let's say, Tusk or Tiny with a Shadow Blade. But they could also use some tower damage.
We could see the Queen of Pain and that kind of right-click build come out again. It has been relatively popular.
I'm thinking about the DP. I don't know. It seems they have everything with that profit. Virtus.pro doesn't like to play it too much.
And I guess with the amount of blinks we've seen on DP recently, it does eventually give you that kind of catch and the jump with the Infest Bomb.
10 seconds
they have no big ulti cooldowns besides Disruptor ulti, so they might take something big, AoE teamfight oriented. A lot of time to think about it.
And then Vici Gaming obviously have that kind of counter pick as the final spot to deal with what VP throw into the mix here. And this is, you know, an important time for VP. 1 game down in a best of 3. It is upper bracket though, so neither of these teams are looking to drop out or anything like that. This is for qualification for seeding forward into the bracket, as I believe the winner of this straight through to the semi-finals. And the loser potentially up against... no, it can't be up against Team Liquid. They'll swap around the brackets there and move them around. Virtus.pro taking their sweet time. Solo scratching his chin.
I'm thinking about the hero for Vici Gaming. I mean, DP could still be contested from Vici's side, or maybe even Viper. Not that has a high magical resistance, works well against the Lifestealer as well. There's a popular build on Viper right now where you go for, is it on level 20? You go for Viper DPS Strike, and you build into Aghanim Scepter, which cripples Nyx with that lower cooldown, and it's a ton of damage. It's undispellable, so Lifestealer with the built-in rage can't get rid of it.
Struggles a lot yeah, what they're like helm into Ags.
Dire team pick.
Pretty nice little build. Darkseer will be VP's final hero, so
It means Tiny's gonna be mid, Lifestealer safe lane, Pasha's Darkseer. Pasha is the only one pretty much who plays a Darkseer. You can see Darkseer from time to time, but I think VP is the team that plays it the most.
yeah, they are the last Mohicans, whatever you want to call them, in terms of picking that Darkseer. I mean, they built their kind of fame around it, right? Around this kind of big wombo combo. You know, you think back to even Vega Squadron moving into Virtus.pro, and the Death Prophet finally does come out from Vici Gaming. That's their tower push, that's their big ulti cooldown, and their nice little combo with the Spirit Stomp into silence. I like VP's potential aggression here. Tusk with shards and that double ion shell from Pasha. Maybe the one thing, though, that you have to worry about is how well or how poorly no one does in that mid lane against the DP plus ET or Bane.
I don't think Tiny's that afraid. Tiny's pretty much always wins their lane, especially with a hero like a Tusk. That's a good kill potential, a lot of burst, especially against a hero like a DP who wants to stay alive. With those Spirit Siphons on. I don't know. I'm not convinced with the Darkseer. Even though if Lifestealer goes for Radiance, imagine him being iron shelled in these fights. The amount of the damage, especially when you throw it out on, let's say, a gyro.
They're pretty squishy to start off. Oh, Vici Gaming. Probably going to have to do some funny little lane swaps and mess around here. Or 11 does some cool little, you know, Firefly tricks through the trees to drag waves around. We'll get ourselves into game number 2. Romsey's 999.
Romsey's?
Look at, that's Roger. And look at Ramses has renamed himself to Roger that's backwards. Oh, very good, very good. I love this team so much. Always making fun of each other. Here we go. Game number 2 in this best of 3. Vici Gaming with a 1-0 lead. The good lucks come out, and Ori just gives them the have fun. Don't want your enemies to have any luck, just a bit of fun.
Well, you don't want to say good luck, because then you're going to miss uphill. They're going to get double damage in with runes. You don't want to say that to your opponent.
I mean, they'll roll high on all their damage hits. All that good stuff. So Ramses here with Solo leading the team. Roger and no one in behind. Disruptor, Lifestealer, Tusk, and Tiny, the 4-man gank squad. Going to find young 11 here, it looks like, as Bat Rider shards up. Firefly ready, flies over the trees, and that is not the hero that they would have liked to catch. So a bit of damage into the Bat. But that will be that.
Is he actually going to go to base?
30 seconds
or are they going to swap the lanes? Darkseer against Bat Rider. What's the tri-lane? Gyro, Bane, and Elder Titan against... I guess they want to contest this lane. When you see a Disruptor, you always want to contest.
And Lifestealer doesn't offer that much until, you know, like level 2 or 3 or something, right? When he's got Rage and Open Wounds.
Yeah, but Pasha is going to win his lane on top. He's not afraid of Bat Rider at all. He can just speed away, take the stacks off.
Take the bounty runes. Your Pasha punches 11 in the bum. Come back here, Bat Rider. Don't take a bounty rune. So what did we end up there? 2 and 2. Even Stevens across the laning stage as the bounty runes get picked up. Ramses switches up towards the top lane as Pasha heads down to bottom. So VP, they will adjust and make sure they aren't in this try versus try scenario. Mid lane, no one. 1v1 against the DP. A little bit of a shard play thrown in there. Roger traps the creep wave, but not too much else done.
This benefits Virtus.pro a lot because they swapped with just by walking there. So they want to have this matchup, Lifestealer against the Bat Rider. Bat Rider, if he TP's bottom, Lifestealer can use his TP and come back there, and then they're one step ahead because how they move their lanes.
Especially now, he knows Fenrir has the Brain Sap. There's no Nightmare to cancel your TP or anything like that. So he will be okay. Obs Ward from the Dire scouts out the Tusk, maneuvering top lane. And they'll see that all coming. So things, well, looks like they are set in place for now. Lanam playing aggressively in this duo lane down at bottom. Solo with a TP ready. Pasha also. very readily available to move between these lanes if they need to. But mid lane, 8-3 on the Tiny, 2-0 on Ori. This big old tree grab from no one doing wonderful work.
It's so annoying, the last hit against the Tiny. He even has 2 extra gauntlets of strength just for the damage. Pretty impossible to last hit against him. Zero just does not care.
You can't really trade hits.
Yeah, the biggest part is that he can harass, last hit, and kill his own creeps with one hit.
Well, Fenrir. In those shards, Roger with the Orb of Venom going to work. A quick brain sap and potentially a nightmare coming out here. Maybe Roger will be in trouble, but it looks like Fenrir is the only one to make a maneuver forward. The snap back of the nightmare there, given over to the disruptor. Roger, shards going to try and push him in, but Fenrir is there with the brain sap, as you so rightly call.
Look at this hero, man. Just manning up 1 against 2.
No, you don't care. Pasha bottom lane, maybe he does. Homing missile in. Rocket barrage from Paparazzi ready, and with the stomp, this will be a dead Darkseer. Nice little kill across the map there. 2-0, Vici Gaming off to a decent start in these side lanes.
Does it remind you when Elder Titan has this effect that he's actually using ice shards from Tusk? Look, watch his stomp next time.
Okay. Well, they're like the blue kind of stuff appearing everywhere. Yeah, it's very, very particly and shiny. There was something else it looked like. Meteor Hammer. It looks like Meteor Hammer. You know, the kind of blue Ripley effect on the floor.
You're kind of right.
I'm also kind of wrong, as always. Ramses 10-1 charges. Rage at the ready. 11. Still just trying to outspam this lifestealer. I don't think Ramses cares too much about this as his support there. Solo drags the wave across with a nice little stack and a pull. Scouted out here, of course, by 11, and he'll likely just try and napalm and maybe even Firefly this wave down, but he's been stunned, clapped, and thunderstruck as Solo comes in and zones back 11. Half HP already, but maybe now a bit of an overstep from Solo. Firefly, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, napalm up, kinetic field. Try and trap 11, quick TP out, and Solo survives with a wand and a turn. Fenrir trying to get in there, but Ramses forces back the Bane. And this duo lane from VP, 19-6 on Ramses, 24-10 on Tiny. They're winning top and mid quite heavily, but bottom lane, Lanham drops Roger, missiled up, the bounty snatched out by Paparazzi, and he will get the cross kill.
That's a good kill. Solo XP for the gyro. When he gets the level 5, level 3 rocket barrage, they can't really dive him because of the amount of the damage they have, and they have a good kill potential on the Darkseer, a lot of control for him as well.
This time Fenrir, he will die. Solo and Ramses doing a great job up at top lane, trying to deal with this Bat Rider and Bane. No one. Soul Ring delivers boots, has a clarity. He's just farmed out of his mind, honestly, on this Tiny. He's level 5 and over a half. Ori yet to crack level 5. So a good chunk of experience there that no one is leading by. Thanks to, like you're saying, all these denies coming out. See, 394 out of 620, and we're at just a shade under 600 experience.
Oh, nice.
there.
Nice scan there. He knows something is up. So he knows both Bane and Elder Titan here, so they can make a move, maybe on top, try to kill Young 11.
And Firefly over the little waterfall here, but the glimpse in the kinetic field. Trap 11 in. This is another big kill if they can grab it. One more hit from Solo, and there's nothing 11 can do about it. No one starts to play a little more aggressively now with the Spirit forward and this Siphon Soul. They just don't have the damage or the chase to kill the Tiny. Roger's lurking around to the southeast in his river spot as well. And now it's VP that can look for the aggressive play onto DP. Trapper inside the shards, look for the snowball play in.
Bottom lane, Rocket. Surge already used, level 3 Rocket Barrage. That's going to be more than enough to take Darkseer down.
Both of these teams finding angles, right? They're finding ways to unsettle their opponents, but here we go. Avalanche toss back into the Tusk. Ori caught with the shards there, but the Spirit Siphon going, keeping the DP alive a little bit longer. Fairy Fire and Wand will do a good job as well, as Ori gets a little bit of distance away, but the toss forward, the Catapult will kill her.
Ori is tanky, but not tanky enough. Only had 1 Spirit Siphon charge. If she had 2, maybe she would have lived there. Young 11 getting a lot of levels, but also Ramses is getting a lot. He decides to go for the old, we're gonna call it old build, Armlet into Deso, SNY, whatever he wants to go for.
Feels a little more natural with a Darkseer, with a Tiny.
Yeah, he wants to be active as soon as possible.
Well, this Darkseer may have just baited the gyro in with a two-man avalanche toss, the tree throw and the shards, everything in the kitchen sink in onto Vici Gaming. Fenrir will escape, but losing that gyro who was on a killing spree. Can they catch? No vision. They get 11 top lane though. Okay, Solo. Oh, he's out. Kinetic field there, trapping Lanham, and he turns for one hit, baiting him in. Lanham knows that he wants to go for this. 2 punches, 3 punches, he needs some more damage, and he will get the kill, but the Thunderstrike there, and the rage forward from Ramses. Oh, I don't know.
He has enough
tanky.
mana, but level 1 open wounds only.
Oh, he thought about the Infest AoE damage play potentially coming out. Unfortunately, not going to work. As the top tower dies, and Ramses now with a big creep wave to munch up. Sitting pretty at the top of the CS chart. Armlet very nearly all completed up.
Gyro is level 6, so they can be aggressive, maybe even dive with that. That's a lot of damage. Roger, level 4, lurking around. Has enough gold, almost to buy a full urn.
That's pretty nice. So what are we looking at? Level 4 across all the supports, level 5 on the 2 offlaners, level 6, though, is the separation here between the core heroes, the carries of the two teams. 6s on Dire, 7s on Radiant. As we've seen, this Tiny and Lifestealer get a lot of face time just with the creep waves alone. The support's moving around very nicely as the smoke now coming in. No one, Roger, Solo. Aiming for Ori again, shut down this DP. Relatively snowball-based hero that needs a good early laning stage, but they're actually swinging all the way through the jungle. Tier 2 is being pressured by a big creep wave with the catapult coming in, and 11 in his own jungle. Thinks he's safe and sound by the shrine, but in comes the snowball, kinetic field combo, ETTPs with the gyro as well. They'll come in and try and fight. Spirit there, but no stomp just yet. Finally throws it out, but won't land, and the gyro glimpsed away. DP pops the ulti here, needs a kill. Find anything. The toss, Solo, sent into the creep cap. One's up, the surge onto the Darkseer as Solo will drop, but Roger TPing away, and they'll only lose one.
Almost. That's a DP ulti. Kind of wasted. They got the kill only on Disruptor. Lost the Batrider, which is their key hero to actually initiate those fights. Pretty close, pretty far away from Blink Dagger.
And Gyro being glimpsed down bottom, couldn't even farm the wave. Ramses and Roger down here now. Make sure that Paparazzi does not have an easy time. What are we looking at now? Armlet, well, done. Pre-10 minutes, there we go, 9 minute 17 on that Armlet. He's got Snowball, he's got Surge Darkseer, and he's got potentially that Tiny with a toss. Still waiting for that no one Blink Dagger to come up, of course. But that should come in a relatively quick time, as no one farming like an absolute boss. Elder Titan given a bit of time in the mid lane. Get Lanham towards that level 6. You know, ET often forgotten his level 6, but such an important spell here to combo up with Lasso, with Nightmare or the Fiend's Grip, even a homing missile. You've got setups here for the Earth Splitter to do big damage. Of course, you need to get to that point first. There's a quick sentry into a glimpse. Fenrir onto Solo. Solo onto Fenrir. Nightmare into Call Down as Paparazzi chases. The snowball save through Ori there, but it looks like this Disruptor will finally fall. They chase into Roger, and that's a lot of damage. Even through the one charges, the Crypt Swarm will finish him off. And Ramses left alone here. Tiny coming
Bane
forward.
level 6.
No one running in. Avalanche to cancel the Fiend's Grip, and Ramses turns to fight. Toss up onto Ori. The damage looking decent here, but Ramses is a little too deep. That toss forward was a step too far as no one sends his teammate to his own death.
Well played, says no one. And he tossed him back. Like, Bane ulted right away when he got to level 6. Tiny, with the best rune, he can pick it up early on. Arcane one. Alright, this is gonna be probably a death for Gyro.
Nice tanky 5 wand. Tree throw, Thunder Strike. Nightmare cancels out that final hit. Doesn't look like it was gonna kill him. But maybe with that toss, if it had landed in, would have finished him off. Top lane, what's happening? Oh, it's 11 dying again. This Batrider, 0-4-1, having some serious struggles in this game.
Yeah, if only he had some help, that would have been easily a double kill. What do we have?
I guess he's closing in on Blink. No Soul Ring, no drums for the bat, just going Tranquils, Raindrops into Blink Dagger, so looking for that catch and kill power.
It's still gonna be a good timing on a Blink Dagger. What do we have? Deep Ward from Virtus.pro. They want to see that Batrider moving across the map so they can gank him. They have a good gank potential with just Darkseer and Tusk. Tusk is actually level 5 only.
Hey, take a look at this Lanham build. Double Null, Veil being built up. We looked at the magic damage on this Vici Gaming side and we're like, oh yeah, tons of magic damage. And you've got a support hero closing in on Veil. This could be huge for those pickoffs onto heroes like Tiny and Lifestealer.
Oh, they're gonna find solo.
Well, should we watch this from the perspective of a dead man? Oh, well.
This was not very good, Gary, but...
There, I got it in the end. We caught the perspective of about 50 trees first, but we... we see Solo as he does die. You called it out, and we don't miss the kill. No one shoves out mid with the help of Roger, and Ramses still continuing to farm away. But a good tier 1 take here, it looks like, from Vici Gaming. Shove down this bottom lane, get themselves some gold in the pockets of these supports. But I think more importantly, Batrider Blink Dagger will be here now. 50 gold away, 40 gold away. There's no one, just finished his own Blink Dagger, so they've both got these initiation tools now for the Vici and VP sides. Toss onto tower, finishes it off. Nice little avalanche after toss. And here comes the smoke play. Vici Gaming, they maybe feel this one coming. Paparazzi hiding, yeah, behind the tier 2. He knows something's up. The rest of the team sitting around middle lane, so they're not in position to come back and defend, but the glimpse into the trees, nice. No one knows exactly where to go. The Static Storm in on their head, so the TP cancelled. And Gyro immediately blown up.
Yeah, that should be devoured immediately. This ward on the hill, because how he used the glimpse, they should know about it.
And VG, they just back up into their base. Bit of push here from 11 potentially as his Blink Dagger is coming out on the Courier. And that maybe is going to be that swing point with that big item. Wait for the next Exorcism to come up, push some towers. And you've got that nice bit of grab for the Lifestealer. Drag him into the ghost of the DP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like we were saying, Gyro with the fast BKB timings, again, just kind of going for that incremental build-up, the stats build, Aquila drums, wand with a phase, then into the BKB. So that'll be here, you know, well before 20 minutes. As long as he doesn't die too many times.
Yeah, he's still third on the network, but Nikes ahead of everyone. Yasha, Armlet, Power Threads getting close to full S&Y. He's going to be so tanky and really hard to kill.
And that's the reason why the S&Y are not like a Deso, right? Is that tankiness?
Takes way much time, way more time to actually come online. He would have had probably just a Sacred Relic right now, maybe a Radiance, because they took down, what, yeah. three towers.
Smoke from Vici Gaming, so they're going to try and use this Blink. They know this ward is up here. Well, they should do at least.
It's being pinged out. Ramses knows what's up. The angle that the Crypt's form came from and the ward that they have came like this, so they know he's not showing on the map that they're smoked.
VP know exactly what's up. Solo getting pinged out there. 2, 3 wards down towards the bottom lane. Watching out for rune spots. That's an interesting one on this kind of tier 1 tower area. This one much nicer, watching over the ancient stacks, of course, but Vici Gaming looks like they are going to be aiming towards the tier 1 at top lane.
Yeah, all the wards from Vici Gaming are on the south side, southeast side, but they're playing around the northwest. So they should just rotate on the bottom where they actually have the vision.
VP is taking this opportunity to bring down a tier 1, but exactly as you say it, Vici Gaming, they are going to come down to bottom lane. And VP, again with that kind of feeling, the sixth sense, knows that something's up. No one's finishing off the tier 1 top.
This ward provides so much vision. Lane wards during the mid game give a lot of info. Oh, they're gonna go for bat
as well. Yeah, bat jump, static storm down. That's a nice zoning ult from Solo, but the drag back on Tiny. Oh, Young 11 still alive, but the vacuum 3 into the wall. There's the nice ulti from Ori with the Earth Splitter on top, and Vici Gaming clear through 2. Ramses needs to get the hell out of here. The shards come through. They do get 11 there as the bat falls, but Ramses needs a way to escape. He's got a rage to come out, and he'll turn onto Ori there, but the ghosts are going to work. They're ripping apart each other, but Ori will be the one that comes out on top with the supports in behind. They'll catch with the Yules. Solo glimpses back one, but an ultra kill for the Death Prophet.
Vici Gaming, they started the fight. This deep ward, yeah, it's getting it's being pinged out. It's gonna get devoured probably. Static Storm used. It didn't hit Batrider. It didn't kill him. He dragged the Tiny across the river, and full DP ulti. After that, did Tiny actually die? Yeah, he did. He died the first. I was focusing on.
Tiny jumped in, tried to avatar, and then he got dragged back and stuck over on the wrong side. It looked like a good zoning ult from Solo. You know, there was kind of no way to bypass. You had to walk all the way around as Vici Gaming, but they didn't care. They were able to just focus down on the Tiny who stuck there, and like you're saying, there's the D-board from Fenrir immediately coming out. Virtus.pro, it looked good. They had that snappy, quick, decisive jump with no one going in, but the follow-through wasn't available. There was no infest bomb. They didn't manage to get there quite fast enough with any kind of combo. And you're looking at this Darkseer with a 3-man vacuum wall, but so often we're expecting a Sven stun or an Earth Spirit rolling boulder smash, just anything to combo up with it. And if you've already used your static storm and your kinetic field, here you've got maybe an avalanche or a snowball as your only options.
Virtus.pro is known for good teamfight coordination, especially with the Disruptor and the Darkseer. That's their old school combo paired up with Sven. They can do it this time with a Tiny. Just need a better initiation. They had the vision, but the execution was not on point.
Well, Roger nearly has his blink, so they'll have at least some kind of saving mechanism now. And Ramses with a full SNY done, he will head back into the Deso. So he wanted to tank up and get a bit of armor, HP, move speed, all that good stuff before the minus armor of the Deso to kick in. And you saw how close it was between the Lifestealer and the DP. You know, it was a very tight-fought battle until the 2 supports came in and really shut Ramses down out of the end of the fight.
Well, Ramses should be careful. There's a Earth Splitter that's pierces through the spell immunity. They have Batrider ulti, then you have Death Prophet ulti, Fiend's Grip. Not the best Lifestealer game. So much to focus on.
Oh, Batrider. Glimpsed back into the Avalanche and the Shards, the Nightmare, Lasso, it's there with the call down, but the vacuum in, the BKB from Paparazzi, quick and decisive now as they try and turn this one around. The sleep from Lanham will land the Earth Splitter over the front of them as well. Down they go and VP crumble. Vici Gaming taking them all down with them and a double kill for guess who?
It took so much time to actually initiate on that Batrider. Solo, full Thunderstrike, then Kinetic Field, then Glimpse. It's more than 10-second initiation tool. They should initiate fights with a Tiny instead. Oh, Tiny misses.
Yule's up now from Ori. Stomp will land, the toss will throw, but Tiny, no one. Trying to roleplay his hero a little bit too well there, tossing and throwing.
That's a BKB on that Prophet, plus who's gonna pick it up? Probably a Gyro.
Lanham 1v2ing, yeah, come on, come at me bros, 4 staff down, but in the Igloo he stays. One more hit is all they need. Oh yes, they get it indeed. Fenrir still around as the jump in, the snowball is here. Tusk, he's trying to play around with them, toying with Vici Gaming. Roger is in deep, Paparazzi low, a Thunderstrike to go on to the Gyro as well, he BKBs. Oh, VP, what have they done? They've saved Roshan. They're in onto Fenrir. HP. Oh my god, have they actually done this as well? Fenrir, he's dead. A quick shrine from Vici Gaming. They need to get back into the pit as quickly as they possibly can, but Roshan, sub 1000, sub 500 HP. The Batrider's coming in. 11 needs to jump in. He snatches the Aegis. Now the Lasso back onto the Lifestealer. Punch up into the air as the blink from Roger does catch 11, and the Batrider will respawn in a second. But what has happened in the last 10 seconds? 11 will fall a second time.
It doesn't matter. that Batrider died. He snatched the Aegis, so it's not an Aegis for a Lifestealer, which is a pretty big deal. Lifestealer melts in these fights. Through the VP ulti, through the Batrider ulti, everything they had. They even used the Earth Splitter.
Things are getting very messy in these series, hey? Back and forth, up and down. Pick for pick, play for play. VP, they had about a 3,000 net worth lead. Now it is dead even, nothing in it at all. Experience-wise, who honestly cares? As it is the items that we look towards. Lanham delayed his Veil there for a 4-staff, but still well on his way to finishing off that big old magic amp item. As the Paparazzi Gyro trying to maneuver into the butterfly, used the BKB twice already. Hasn't had a massive amount of success, but you pointed out the DP's fresh BKB. That's a game changer right there.
Yeah, two BKBs on their side. Nothing on Virtus.pro. Tiny's not building into one. Not really a natural BKB carrier because of the status resistance. Most of the time not needed. Plus they have a built-in BKB. Oh, they caught him.
There's a lot of damage coming in. He has a snowball and a blink dagger. Roger can get out of this potentially. Jumps away. The glimpse back on 11 makes sure Roger will survive. Paparazzi here smoked up like, oh, there's a fight happening. Okay, I'm a Gyro. Let's get in there. But nothing happening. Now Ori, smoke about to dissipate. Tiny, oh, he's got a blink dagger. So toss avalanche, clears the wave, blinks into the trees.
He might find him. That's not the best spot. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe with that Yule Scepter, right? No one will be thanking his lucky stars that he does escape. And finishes off his SNY. Did you always call it SNY? I knew a lot of people that used to call it SNY. Or
Snee?
Snoo. I played with a lot of Scandinavian players. Because their Y is a U, they call it snoo or snoo. It's probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Who was that old Swedish player now? X or Y or Z or oh god, what was it? He played with Papa Drejec and a bunch of those guys. He used to play a real mean witch doctor back in Dota 1. I'm sad that you don't remember.
I don't remember that name. I probably remember if you know his name.
I'll think about it later on, or I'll Google it.
All right, you can Google it. There's a Blink Dagger and almost full Greaves on Darkseer that will help them live, especially against the Dead Prophet ulti. Blink Dagger, they're gonna execute the combos easier. Even Solo is going for super late game build, Aghanim Scepter. That could change things, but a long way to go with that. He's only sitting on point booster and 500 gold, plus he needs to buy all the sentries and the obs. Are you still searching for it, Gary?
Shush, I'm busy.
All right. Let's see.
We'll give up for now. Tiny looking for a backstab. No one up on this Ancient's high ground. Observer Ward on the low ground. Not going to be able to spot him, of course. You can see down, but you can't see up. Just like dogs in real life. There's the jump, vacuum, wall. Ori BKBs, still has the Yules, and with his Spirit Siphons and the cooldown on their heads, here comes the Earth Splitter. Lanham is lining it up, but he's not going to land it on too many heroes. The trouble is, though, for VP, they've already lost their Darkseer, and their combo is down. No one, hands in the air, hands off keyboard. Guys, I'm not getting involved in this. That's too much for me to deal with. Goes up top and starts split pushing.
The problem is that they don't have a vehicle for Nyx. Nyx was not in a Tiny. If they pulled it off, maybe they could have gotten Gyro there, even though he had a BKB, but the combo from Tiny was not on point. What are they doing? They still have a Shrine, DP ulti. What is DP sitting at? A lot of armor, getting close to Shiva's guard. That will help slowing down and clearing the illusions from Darkseer wall and Nyx when his range is down. Also one of the better items against Tiny overall. Tiny not so speedy, easy to kite.
Yeah, he is a slow, lumbering beast, isn't he? XOYNOZNU, Tim Lundell Johansson. Used to play with Black.
Oh,
and
that's Soyonoznu. That's.
Oh, you pronounce it as Soyonoznu. Okay, yeah, my bad. That guy. I can't even remember why I was thinking of him now.
Like XY, what?
Oh, yes, yeah, of course, the S and Y and the
listen.
The SNY. Those Swedish players and their SNY. Sanj and Yasha. SNY. Nice little grab here. No one tries to kill 11. Forces the lasso, which, of course, lasts absolutely nothing on the Tiny. The Nightmare will come out with the grip on. Now snowball forward, cancel it out with a Lifestealer Infest. Fenrir drops. Ori now needs to run away, it looks like. BKB forced and the TP. Quickly back to safety for the DP and the Batrider. Interesting. Back and forth there between the two squads. Net worth lead is absolutely minimal. And we're back to what feels like an even game again.
Yeah, below 1k net worth lead for Vici Gaming. What do we have? Batrider, 4 staff, Elder Titan, 4 staff. So they have a lot of things to kite with. Also, he first finished 4 staff and then Veil. So a lot of magical damage, especially if Batrider lives long enough. Gets a couple of sticky napalms, plus a Firefly. Full Butterfly on a Gyrocopter. They don't have anything to pierce through the evasion. Like they need to talk to each other. Both the Ramses and no one have AC queued up. Full tilt mode on.
I don't want that to happen. I mean, what could Tiny go for instead? It feels like Lifestealer kind of needs the AC. It's the natural progression of this build. With the Deso, SNY Armlet, AC is the normal follow-through. But Tiny needs attack speed too.
If he goes for, let's say, Daedalus, that doesn't give him attack speed, but if he keeps on agility threads...
Could he go Butterfly on Tiny, maybe?
He can at one point, not as a third item, though.
Okay.
So with the Cleave, and if they pull off a good combo with the Darkseer Wall, that could, Lucky Crit, RNG, Pepe Prey, who knows what can happen.
Vici Gaming looking to try and get that upper hand, but VP seem to know something's up, scanning in their own jungle, pinging out saying, hey, they're maybe over here with some wards and all that good stuff. As Paparazzi comes in to break down the tier 1, knocking on their door. VP not answering, they don't want to know the Lord and Savior of Vici Gaming right now. Roshan battle building up, 30 seconds till the fast spawn. And both teams with their eyes on that Aegis. Pasha, Greaves, Blink, moving into the 4 staff now. Trying to hold this line as the Dire Ops ward sees Ramses and Roger, and 11 jumps in. The snowball not going to come just yet. The Infest was there, and Ramses in the middle of all of this with the Earthsplitter and the grip on the Lifestealer. Vici Gaming clearing through Virtus.pro. The cooldown and the surge. There's the homing missile flying through with the Spirit Siphon going as well. I think this glimpse play from Solo might just, save him, keep him alive. The blink from Pasha, as well as these surges, keep him away at arm's reach from danger. And no one looking to try and just shove the wave as hard as he can to delay any kind of Roshan attempt.
They're trying to check Roche, 2 minutes until the spawn, long respawn on the Roche. Luckily for them, they caught Tusk and infested Lifestealer.
Like, as the lasso happened, that Lifestealer jumped in. I'm noticing a correlation here between long Roshan respawns and good games.
Yeah. Roche will respawn and the DP will have ulti again. They've found Paparazzi.
They sure have. One observer ward to see them all. Gyrocopter farming all alone. Unfortunately for him, Ancients are not the only things that he'll find. Vici Gaming with no exorcism now for 70 seconds, just trying to poke and prod at top lane, but VP, they're ready to fight. They want to go and make something happen. Solo maneuvering himself towards Ags. Roger and Ramses, nearly find the Batrider there, hey.
So Ramses just buys Hyperstone and then switches to MKB because he needs to pierce through the butterfly effect. So probably Tiny's gonna go for the AC, which is a better choice because Tiny needs the armor and the attack speed, and it's a more natural turn for actually to build AC.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Roger has been playing exceptionally well on this Tusk. Still, Death Prophet a little bit forward here. No one in Roger holding, again, this Ancients area, but Vici Gaming, they will be wise enough to fall away. Group up again together here with Lanham. Not sure what Gyro's pinging out, but he's TPing to Shrine. Coming back with the rest of his team. Is it smoke time? Elder Titan's holding on to one.
They have everything ready. DP ulti, their best source of damage. Roche spawns right now.
I hovered over it and the message wouldn't appear. And I'm like, huh? Where's Roshan? There he is. Right on time. Oh, Vici Gaming splitting up a little bit here, looking to clear top wave with Ori just throwing a cheeky little Crypt Swarm there. Roshan being pinged out, though, by Tiny. The sigil in the pit gives them that vision.
They have a gem on a Batrider now, so they're gonna de-ward. How many wards? This. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Well, Solo is getting close to his Aghanim Scepter. Someone else is probably buying wards. Tusky has GPM talent, so they're sacking his farm, so Disruptor can actually get that Aghanim Scepter up.
Yeah,
that's definitely a game changer. They just need to pull off the good combo. They can't use BKBs, they can't use Yules.
And make sure you get that big old Static Storm vacuum combo going. Oh, Roger. Blinks away, and 11 will come in, save his wards, deny out VPs. Paparazzi straight into the pit, in fact. Risky business here against Virtus.pro. Pasha, a little bit low on the mana there, sitting about just over a half. Oh, sorry, just over a third, under half. Now, not in the best position to go and fight. Roshan, though, drops incredibly low with Vici's damage sources unless they have Exorcism going. So they do fall out of the pit, and there it is. Virtus.pro with the Aghanim's Disruptor.
This is what most people don't do. He actually sold a couple of items to have full Aghanim Scepter. It's underused ability. If you have mana boots and you lack something and you know you're gonna need that 500 gold, and if you lose a fight, you're gonna lose a game, you should just sell it. Just disassemble, sell it, and get the items that you need. Yeah,
this is the game-swinging moment, potentially, but the pings are coming out. It looks like Vici Gaming know that Solo is there, that he has Ags, and he is going to be the hero that they try and focus with the Batrider Lasso, but Pasha ready with the Lifestealer infested inside of him, and Vici Gaming not budging, not moving an inch. There, Paparazzi finally warms up his legs and wanders on away. And the dance around the pit begins, Lacoste. Who's going to make the first mistake? Who's going to make the first sick move?
Who gets the better angle? 2 catapults on the bottom lane, though, for Virtus.pro.
Absolutely right. All the way towards that tier 3, so it looks like, yeah, Batrider's already making a move down towards bottom lane to shove out that wave. Virtus.pro, they don't know yet, though. Something they don't have is that vision in the area as they just keep holding on to this tree line here.
The map is black for Virtus.pro. They have 0 wards right now.
Plenty of sentries, though. Ramses finally pops his head out. Stop the infest nonsense. Let me go hit some creeps, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh, an ancient stack for me. Oh, I don't mind if I do. Full MKB for him, of course. Virtus.pro still ready to go.
That's a BKB on a Batrider, so if he goes in first, catches the Disruptor, that's the best kill they can get.
Are they going to move in now? Roshan just waiting patiently for anyone to come and touch him. That's what he desires, Lacoste. That's what he wants right now.
It's hard to pull off because they don't have any wards on their side as well.
It's all being dewarded by all these sentries from Roger, right? Sentries everywhere. Was it 1, 2, 3 in the area? And I guess both teams kind of running low on the smokes. We've seen so many smoke on smoke on smoke for the first 34 minutes. It's starting to run out. Needs to restock. No one's holding on to any, I don't think. Here, let's have a quick look over. Yeah, no smokes on any of the heroes. None on the couriers either. So I'm assuming that both teams are out of them, and that's why they're playing so timidly. They don't want to be running out naked, without smokes, no disguise, in open vision of their opponents. Also buys a bit more time here for Paparazzi, as well as Ori, to try and get into these high-tier items. Looks like the Satanic is well on its way for the Gyrocopter, as the Octarine core being built up by the DP. But equally, flip side of the coin, you know, Tiny Lifestealer. Now you've got that Assault Cuirass, you're aiming towards the Daedalus, and of course the MKB into now the Butterfly for Lifestealer to try and deal with this DP and Gyro.
So no big fights, they're just evading, fighting each other, because they know if they lose a Roche fight, that could actually mean that they're gonna lose the game. Only 3 buybacks, Gyro, DP, and Nyx. Well, sometimes you gotta risk it if you want to win it.
Now they have a smoke,
Radiant are scanning.
and now they have a play to make. Scan will not connect. Vici Gaming, they have a very good angle here. If Virtus.pro don't hold this high ground and keep the vision going. A surge from Yapasha grabs a bounty rune, but there's Solo, the BKB from Batrider. What? Whoa,
Wrong
Tiny's
way.
there, wrong way, northeast, you want to go, not to the west. Lasso Tiny, there's the cooldown with the stomp as well. The Tusk is caught, silenced and killed. Gem on the deck as the grip comes through, and the Lifestealer trapped in with a ghost. This is not looking good for VP. They finally get the vacuum into the Static Storm combos. No one comes through. Looks to cleave into Paparazzi with a Nightmare save coming through. Fenrir keeps the gyro alive until the glimpse play, but it's still Vici Gaming.
Way too much
1,
damage.
2, 3, 4, and you know what? It's 5 in a row.
Paparazzi should just buy back and get the Aegis. It's really worth it. Someone should defend bottom. If they decide to go for the Roche, they don't have the damage.
Yeah, the ghosts are gone.
It's gonna take a lot of time. 58 seconds until Gyro respawns, and there's a huge wave mid approaching. I guess Lanham can defend that. He has no mana whatsoever.
No medallion here.
5 sticks, 6 sticks, sticky napalm charges.
Yeah. They're getting it done. They're getting it done. It's a slow and arduous effort, though, without a medallion and without the gyro, of course. Like you're mentioning. It's like Solo pinging it out, saying, hey, they're getting Roshan here. Aegis and Cheese. Roger, go and try a steal. 11 jumps in. Roger kills off Fenrir, but there's 11 trying to deal with this. Roshan still alive with a vacuum into the wall. Ori and 11, they've got to try and retreat away. The BKB is forced out, and Virtus.pro, they're respawning. Is this another one? Second one of a game?
I don't know what they're doing. They could have just bought back on a gyro and get him the Aegis. They lack damage. Look at the Roche. 1000 HP. Lifestealer is just gonna kill it in a couple of hits.
Who's TPing in? Gyro's TPing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Ramses takes the Aegis. No one grabs the cheese. 11 with no BKB. 4 staffs away. And Vici Gaming, what have you done? What have you done?
I don't know what to say. This is like one of the worst decisions that I've seen in quite some time. I hope they can recover. Nyx has Aegis now, Tiny with the cheese and full Crystallis.
And their full combo outside of wall, which is going to be 45 seconds away. That Static Storm with the Aghanim Scepter. Solo still has it, of course. It wasn't a one-time thing. He's got that for every fight to come. And now a smoke ready for VP. Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming. 4,000 lead for VP. Swung down. It's going to swing back up again, it looks like, as the Aegis Cheese will give them some more momentum on the map. But 11 is dying to Pasha. Darkseer.
Oh, nice jukes.
Bane gets caught out next to his own base, dead for a minute, no buyback. Needs another 500 to go.
Well, they can play really aggressively right now. Try to force a fight with the DP popping the ulti, then waiting and going in again. Or if they can pull off the combo, Vol is ready, Disruptor ulti ready.
Ramses importantly dodging that stomp. Where's the Bat? Bat still the long walk back to base. They knew there was no Blink Lasso play or anything. 11 has to get back to Fountain, regen up, and then maneuver into position to try and grab anyone. There's a sentry on the floor there. Try and de-ward as much as they can, and a fake back. This is a beautiful fake back. The trouble is, though, it's a beautiful scan from Vici Gaming as well, right? They absolutely do know. No one reveals himself up on the high ground. Vici Gaming. Bane now alive. They do have a 5v5, but oh, 11. BKB is quickly enough. The exorcism in, but there's the Avatos missing out onto Ori. Paparazzi into the thick of things, has to cool down, but he's also got the Satanic. He's burning through everybody. Pasha drops. Again, they've lost 4 immediately. Vici Gaming just blow them out of that frickin' water. Oh, no one trapped in the middle. And Ramses, he's going to have to go for a Rage TP. Nothing here to cancel, I don't believe, as the grip on cooldown. So Vici Gaming, they lose a tier 3, but again, another huge swing fight.
They even lost the cheese and Tiny. Natural order with that magical resistance plus a Veil, a Batrider, Gyro ulti, plus minus all that armor, which removes, plus a Dead Prophet ulti. That's why Dead Prophet ulti deals so much damage. 7,000 gold honor That's a full... I don't remember what the name of the item is.
Octarine Core plus buyback, yeah.
Octarine, Solar Crest, Crimson Guard. For some reason I can't remember and I mix it up all the time. I just need to click on something to see. They should...
Old Dota players can't learn new items.
Lothar's Edge, sometimes we
Lothar's
even
Edge,
call
yeah.
it.
Lothar's. Or Kellen's. Kellen's Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Ramses in on top of Paparazzi here, chasing forward, in fact, forces the BKB, and that will be that, it looks like. Maybe Pasha trying to chase in with a vacuum in onto 2.
Has Satanic if he wants to turn. He
Nice
popped it,
little-
but does not want to fight.
Nightmare play. They'll drag Lanham back. Ramses will clear up the Elder Titan if they have the damage. Yeah, oh, Lanham in the fountain, in fact, dies with a Thunder Strike, clipping him.
They did a good job controlling Solo. With silence, and DP just runs at him, so he can't use his ulti.
These games are getting ridiculous, Lacoste.
Who has a buyback? Gyro and Tiny. They're the only one.
Everyone else is busy spending money on shiny things. Octarine, DP, the Batrider has a Yules on top of BKB. Bane, well, less said about him the better, I think, with his nice little cloak. He does look fancy, but he needs the glimmer to finish it all off.
He doesn't look fancy with a cloak, Gary. That looks
Give
so
him
garbage, man.
something. Give him something. Just let him be. He's sitting sub 3,000 net worth.
He actually looks like he's wearing a cloak on the picture.
True. Yeah, look, you zoom in, he's got the little rags on him, see? The raggy cloak. But yeah, Fenrir definitely in a kind of solo position, the player, anyway. 2,800 net worth, bottom of the pack, but made up for potentially here by his other core heroes, doing very, very well. Paparazzi aiming for a Skadi. I mean, honestly, if I saw this build, I would be like, Gyro is lacking damage, he needs damage. But he really isn't. He's just going full stats. He's tanking up, you know, an absolute beast against the Lifestealer to make sure he doesn't die to him, while, you know, you mentioned the ET doing all of that amplification. And now with a Refresher Orb coming up for Lanham. Look at him go!
Lanham is getting all that gold from I don't know where, man. He's staying alive in fights, 3 deaths only. 43 minutes in, that's why. Level 20, a lot of gold. He always goes for 70 attack speed.
I never know why.
I don't know, it's like you're hitting people anyway. Maybe when you get a combo off, kill 1-2, then you can actually start hitting people, but otherwise you can't. 1 Lincoln Sphere finished on a Darkseer, so Batrider can't initiate. He has a Yule Scepter to remove it though. Same goes for Nyx, I think. Yeah, he also finished Lincoln Sphere. 1 hero with the buyback, and that's Gyro. Is that smoke coming up? Nope, none left.
Roger. Sitting behind Ramses. Solo going to try and sit behind no one, but no one TP's home. Solo trying to buy a Blink Dagger.
Well, if he gets to level 20 with the GPM talent, he could get a couple of items.
Double damage.
Definitely very interesting to see, though, the kind of switch. You know, we never saw this with Lil and Solo, right? It was super rare.
Well, Lil is a greedy player that takes a lot of farm from the map, but also does a lot with that farm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Roger feeling like he can do enough with Blink Snowballs, the Spirit Vessel there, so goes back into that kind of 5 pos with all the wards being purchased up. Roshan, 1.5 minutes until fast spawn, and with the way things have been going today, 2 minutes has been the minimum spawn time of Roshan.
Yeah.
Right? We had 1 instant spawn, or maybe that was yesterday. I'm losing my mind a bit, but it really has been the day of long spawns.
They don't actually lack the damage. If Gyro finishes that Eye of Skadi, that's the best item you can get to kite around 2 cores at once. Lifestealer, really vulnerable to Skadi, and so is Tiny. That's a full Daedalus and Tiny. With that, if they pull off just 1 good combo, like 3 people in, no one has a buyback besides Gyro and who else? That's a Batrider.
Disruptor, Gyro, Batrider, the only 3 heroes in the game. Lifestealer is like 80 gold away from it. But we'll see how that all goes for them. Solo with no TP scroll here. 30 seconds until it's off cooldown, while Vici Gaming looking for a very aggressive play. The pings are coming out, and it looks like no one knows what's coming, but still gets Blink lassoed. In comes the DP with the ult. The cooldown from Gyro will land on no one's head, and looks like he's dead. With no buyback available, that's him gone for 1.5 minutes.
And Roche respawn time, May in 50 seconds, probably gonna be a long time since we all witnessed that. They should pressure the mid. They trying to find a kill.
They're trying to grab Solo here. Silence in, Yule Scepter ready. They'll find him. They've got the vision from the Shiver's Guard.
if needed.
Solo's just absolutely screwed. Now he's dead for 75. Roshan instantly alive, Lacoste.
He bought a Blink Dagger. Alright, that's really good for Vici Gaming. They just need to use the gyro. Is someone scouting it out?
No, they all think it's going to be another 2-3 minute spawn, so they're like, nah, there's no point,
Hey,
right,
it's time
guys?
to scout it right now, or just time to casually farm those Ancients.
Come on, Vici Gaming, just pop your heads in.
They're pinging out Tier 2 tower on top. They want to get the kill with the Batrider. They have a gem. Look at all this vision around this area.
Radiant's top tower.
Freaking Bermuda Triangle of Observer Wards there. VP Hero's going to get lost and sunk at sea.
That's a refresher orb on ET. Double ulti, double echo stomp.
Holy crap. Skadi on gyro. Roshan finally scouted now. Tiny alive in 5. I guess without Disruptor, VP will struggle to find a team fight.
The third Roche, one of the best heroes to pick it up. DP. She's going to have 2 ultis. One ready in 10 seconds. They just need to start hitting Roche, man. Someone else needs to hit the DP, and the gyro are not dealing enough damage.
Here comes VP.
I don't think they're gonna go for it. Tiny just blinked into the trees.
They've got such good eyes on the map as well. Like 11 sees where the the angle of the tree being tossed across. Roshan, Cheese, Aegis,
Refresher orb on Elder Titan, man.
triple ult.
No, wait. Where's the shard?
Orb. Where's the shard? I don't know.
Is it second Roche? Are we missing something?
No, no, it's on Batrider. It's on Batrider. It's definitely third. I definitely clicked Roche.
All right.
There's a shard there. It's on Bat.
I know. I still can count to 3.
It's better than Gabe Newell.
No Half-Life 3.
Rip Dota 3. Vici Gaming take the Roshan. Now, start positioning themselves with the waves shoving in, mid and top. Try and breach the high ground. It's been a long time since the top tier 3 died, right? It seems like an eternity ago. Virtus.pro, they'll shift their momentum down towards bottom lane, at least give something that Vici has to come back and address in a short while. But right now, it is prime time. Vici Gaming, Aegis Cheese Gyro, high ground for him. They've got a nice little spirit to move forward, scout, find, stomp, whatever you want over on these VP heroes, but they're smoked. First off, they'll punch up Gyro. Roger starts things to try and bait out an initiation, and there it is. They do grab him and drag him in. The Static Storm, the wall, the vacuum in, but only catching ET. Virtus.pro, they're just falling apart here. They've got the Refresher Shard now with another lasso onto Ramses. And away they go, one by one. VP will fall. The buyback on Lifestealer forced out now as the DP charging in, taking the Tusk with her on a lovely stroll as the gem is dropped and no buybacks on either of the supports. Tiny and Lifestealer in onto the Gyro, but that's the Aegis gone, and only the Aegis has another split lands from Lanham, and Virtus.pro falling apart as Vici Game run rampant over the Russians, looking for a Game 2 victory in this best of 3. And it looks like Virtus.pro trapped in their fountain with nowhere to go.
What did they expand? 2 buybacks? Oh,
the Force Staff, Ori's, he's still gonna get taken down. Ramses in onto the Paparazzi, Gyro, Cheese, and Satanic. Everything going to plan. And the vacuum in, the cooldown over, but Paparazzi's still dropping low. Oh, Ramses, that's a shame. Dead for 2 minutes, and that's gotta be game.
Tiny still alive and still has a buyback. Oh my god, the kiting around these 2 cores, buyback coming out of Tiny right away. They have no urn, no heal whatsoever.
So still a difficulty for Vici. They can't break any more racks here. One lane, well not even one lane, one melee racks is what they get out of Refresher Shard, Aegis, Cheese. So a good effort from VP to hold on. Not game just yet. Virtus.pro will not give up that easily.
That's a double damage for a Gyro. 85 seconds for Nyx to spawn. They should just go mid right away. 10 seconds for a DP ulti. Plus they have a buyback on Gyro and DP. That's exactly what they need.
Now they have a Refresher Orb on Old 11. Not just the Refresher Shard. As I lose my words. Ether Lens on the Elder Titan as well. Kind of wish he went for a Kaya, to be honest with you. Kaya ET with Veil, Refresher Orb.
Now look at the range. You can't even see it.
Holy crap, yeah. I have to zoom all the way out. Oh, dearie me, look at that. Well, Solo tries to keep them at bay with a little glimpse play, but Vici Gaming not going to be too perturbed by that little maneuver. Now, what do they plan to do? 38 seconds. Ramses is down. They just give away this mid lane. Defend bot, defend tier 4s.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Oh, there's a tier 2 tower on the bottom, still.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How did this
So
happen,
there
Gary?
is!
51 minutes in, man. They were putting so much pressure, but...
Oh my goodness. It's still alive. Blame the Batrider.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
That's why. A nice D ward coming out. Roger has that gem again. Pasha hands it over to the Tusk. Surging around. Pasha thinking about an initiation. Thunderstrike will catch a bit of vision there onto the Batrider, but he still blinks in. The 4-staff punch. They've caught out Disruptor, so no Static Storm, and the call down onto Yabashu. Oh, a good Yules, but still he's going to fall. Ramsey's in the battle onto Paparazzi. The damage looks good, and they're taking down this Gyro little by little. The Nightmare to try and save him with the Satanic going to work. VP, they're deep in their base, and they will call GG. Vici Gaming take the series 2-0.
What a discipline, what a team fight capabilities of Team Vici Gaming today. Even though the second Roche fight decision is what could have lost them the game, but they did a good job defending the base. That Roche trying to kill it with 4 heroes without a Gyro buying back almost cost them the game, but they redeemed themselves with good team play.
Absolutely. So that will be Vici heading straight into the semis as VP will find out who they're up against tomorrow, I believe, as they go down into the quarterfinals. Of course, you know, they're not out. They do both progress through, being in that upper bracket. Nice, safe spot to be in. Liquid, the other team to progress from their group, and I believe Group B will all be concluded on the mainstream tomorrow. Secret against Fnatic going on now, but they've also got Evil Geniuses against Newbie to come up as well as the final match in the group stage. But dear me, that was a stunning day of Dota 2. Absolutely gorgeous stuff here from the Katowice group stage. I'm blown away.
Yeah, yesterday all the games were pretty much one-sided, but today, even though Virtus.pro lost 2-0, we saw top-class Dota. I don't expect anything less from those teams.
Absolutely. Vici Gaming, spot on there against Virtus.pro, but like you're saying, as the tournament progresses, it's only going to get better and better, so make sure to keep your tabs, keep your eyes open on this wonderful major over in Poland. But that's it from us. That's it from the B stream, Lacoste.
Yeah, we're done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Still some things to improve.
We had fun.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
yeah.
I enjoyed watching top-class Dota, watching these teams, casting, and any words from you, Gary?
If you liked us, go and make a bloody Reddit thread.
Nah, just kidding, no.
No, we loved it. Absolutely loved it. It has been great stuff. Hopefully you all enjoyed it and you have a wonderful weekend. If you're heading over to Katowice, make sure you dress up warm because it is bloody cold over there, I've been told. Or just slam some vodka because it's like €5 a bottle. You know, one or the other, whichever one you go for. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of the Dota. I'll see you guys next time.
Life is all about